Okay, so quick story time. I would write this tragic tale, but it's a doozy, and it would take me forever to write it. So I'm just gonna shoot this little video. Um, so last night at work, well, first I should start by saying I work at a thrift store. A very understaffed thrift store. And yesterday, I close at night. The store closes at 9 o'clock p.m. And last night at around 8:45, there weren't very many customers in the store, probably like 3, and we were about 15 minutes to close, and I was just cleaning up some clothes when all of a sudden I heard a really weird noise. I heard the sound of water spilling on the floor. And I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I thought like, oh, did someone knock over something? Because someone did knock over something earlier in the day, and there was like beads everywhere and broken glass and shit. And so I thought, oh, well, maybe someone knocked over something again, because it happens a lot in retail. But like I was hearing this noise, and it was just like ongoing. It was like shh, like running water. And I was like, shit, did like a pipe break or something? And so I'm like looking around to see where it's coming from. And it's coming from the fitting room. There are no pipes in the fitting room. Somebody was peeing in the fitting room. And yeah, we were gonna close in like 15 minutes. And so I saw it was a woman squatting, peeing in the fitting room, right on the carpet. The floors are carpeted. So I ran over to my coworker Estrella, who was nearby, and I ran over to her and I was like, Estrella, someone's peeing in the fitting room. What do I do? And she was like, what? And so we went over there, and I was like, what do I do? A woman in there just peed. I saw her feet. There's only one person in the fitting room. And so me and Estrella are just waiting outside the fitting room, just waiting for this bitch to come out. And Estrella's like, we got to put her on blast. Like, this is bullshit, dude. We don't get paid enough to clean up after people's piss. Because it was an adult woman. It wasn't a child having an accident. That would happen. This was a woman squatting and like a fucking waterfall of piss on the fucking floor. And so me and Estrella are like waiting outside of the fitting room. We're waiting and waiting for this bitch to come out. She was in there for fucking ever. And we were silently waiting. She didn't know we were outside. And so we waited, and eventually this bitch comes out, and I go right up to her face, and I said, I saw you pee in the fitting room. And oh yeah, and by the way, this isn't some like homeless crackhead or something, because I mean you get that in thrift stores, but no, she was probably in her like 20s or 30s, nicely dressed. She was wearing platform flip-flops. Oh yeah, and by the way, with my own eyes, after she peed, she put like a striped t-shirt on it and like stepped on it, you know, to like cover it and absorb it. So yeah, I saw that as well. Yeah, and yeah, she was like, she had fake eyelashes too. She was nicely dressed. She was wearing like a little like khaki dress and her toenails were painted coral orange. I saw it, and she had like a little purse and everything. She was nicely dressed, and it was like, she came out, and I'm like, I saw you pee in there, and this bitch just flat out denied it. She was like, no, I didn't. I was like, don't deny it. You peed in the fitting room. You're a pig. And she was like, no. And so she tries to like run to the cash register to buy her shit. Which, by the way, I mean, the fucking balls on this bitch. Bitch just got caught pissing in the fitting room. And she still wants to buy her shit. I mean, you'd think she'd want to just run out the fucking door. No, 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 no. Not this queen. This motherfucker went to the cash register and waited to buy her shit. And so I'm like fuming. And I tell Thomas, the cashier, and I'm like screaming too. I'm like, she peed. She peed in the fitting room. Everybody, let's all look at her. Let's all publicly shame this cunt. And I was like, she peed. And there were probably like 5 other customers in the store. And like one guy was like, what? Ew, gross. And this girl was so embarrassed. Rightfully so. I mean, come on. We have public restrooms in the store. Like right there. Like, what the fuck, dude? And, fuck. My clove just went out. Does that. And this bitch is like waiting in line to buy her stuff. And then by then my manager heard me yelling. And he comes over and he confronts her as well. And he's like, you peed in the fitting room? And she's telling him, no, I didn't too. And I'm like, and he's looking at me and I'm like, she fucking peed in the fitting room. Don't believe me? Go look. She put a shirt on top of it. She ruined merchandise. And he was like, why did you do that? And she's like, I didn't do that. And I'm like, yeah, you did. And Thomas, the cashier, who is like friendly to everybody, he like had to help her. And he's like, that'll be $3.75. And I was like, she peed in the... Oh, yeah, and that was the other thing, too. I was like, do you need a diaper? Do you need a pad? I'm on my period right now, so I wasn't fucking playing, dude. I don't have time for this shit. And I was like, do you need a pad? Because I have one. I'm menstruating. It's like, how would you like it if I went to your house and just pissed right on your floor? Like, how would you like it if I follow you out to your car and rub my twat on your fucking handle and get blood all over it? No, you probably wouldn't like that. Unless you're into that fetish, in which case, fuck you. I mean, not fuck you, but I'm not a consenting adult to your sexual fetishes of pissing in fitting rooms, basically. But anyway, so yeah, this fucking bitch peed in the fitting room. I will remember her face forever, and my manager was like, you're not allowed to come back here ever again. And yeah. Oh yeah, and the other thing too is, like, I've been working here since April. I mean, what is it today? Like June 10th? I've been working for roughly 2 months. And in 2 months, that is the 3rd person to pee in the fitting room. And it's not just kids. It's fucking adults pissing in the fitting room. And they're not just peeing in the fitting room. They pee on fucking clothes. Which is like, what the fuck? I mean, Harambe gets shot. Cecil the lion gets decapitated. This fucking Stanford rapist motherfucker. And now people peeing in fitting rooms. What the hell is wrong with people? Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, I hate people so much. So much. And I'm at work right now. And I've got to go in a minute. And I'm not having it today. I'm just not fucking having it.